Okay, working on the 52 Studebaker half ton again with the Dakota chassis. Just doing odds and ends. We bought a bunch of, we'll show you later, we bought new rotors, new calipers for the front and back. We're still waiting on some hoses and some little bit of parts here and there, but we just dished this out, dug that out of the snowbank. That's the original rear shock mount and cross member for the Dakota chassis. The only thing we did is it used to be riveted on top, and we swapped it underneath. Derek made little spacer blocks, so that worked out good. That just gives us a little bit more room for the bed. It won't stick up on the bed any more than this hump here. And we just also we located the shock bracket, mounted those. The shock's not even tight, but that's all in there. So that basically almost factory. Yeah, we still got to weld on the other side. We'll do that. We ordered a bunch of stuff from off Amazon, the brake, just generic brake lines and hoses for these calipers. We got brand new calipers, but yeah, we're doing that today. Gonna be once the shock mounts are in there, we still have to, we'll unbolt the axle, finish welding up the axle perches. They're just tacked right now, so we'll unbolt those, weld them up fully, and then I'm gonna clean and paint the rear end and get that done. And then it'll just be a little bit of brakes. We were working on yesterday. We started working on brake systems. We decided to go, since this firewall, we like the firewall, and it's factory and it's fairly clean, nothing's been screwed with. And if we went with a booster here or with a master cylinder here, we would have to make it would stick out so much. Since this is on an angle, we would have to make a bracket that's more flatter. So we decided to go under the cab. So we got these pedal brackets, these pedals, clutch and brake, off of one of our parts 52 Ford trucks, one of Kevin's parts trucks. Took that apart. Derek got a shaft. And that's basically, and then he made bushings, bronze bushings in there. These are backwards, but that's gonna sit. This is basically gonna sit on top of the frame. We still got to weld brackets. The shaft's longer, but we just started this, and it'll sit in the cab like that. That'll sit on the frame, and theirs are gonna be, or that way. I don't hit myself on the, you know what? There, that's what it's gonna look like. So we sort of mocked it up, and it looks like it's gonna work. Our master cylinder, we're gonna go with it's a Ford style master cylinder. It said it's good for disc system. So we're not gonna run a booster. We're gonna do manual brakes, manual discs all the way around. Yeah, it might seem a little odd, but it's been done several times, we've read. Clutch is gonna be a hydraulic, so we're gonna put the hydraulic clutch cylinder underneath. We're gonna put the brake master cylinder underneath the floor. Just a matter of locating shit. So that's what we've been up to. Then soon we're going to be, to do all that, we're going to be grabbing a cherry picker, throwing the engine in there with the transmission. We still haven't done any more with the transmission, but I'm gonna put that motor transmission in and see how much room I got for the master cylinder, make little brackets and crap. But right now we're doing the rear end. Okay, so we just put that shock in. We just tacked the mount in there, and Derek's gonna weld her on up. Smoky. One side done. Yeah. Alright, that's good. Now we'll probably just unbolt the U-bolts and lift the axle up, and finish welding all that and clean it up, clean all the oil, and paint it. Okay, so we, as you can see, maybe you can't see, we jacked up the back end, unbolted the U-bolts, and rolled the axle forward. I forgot to turn the camera on. And Derek welded up the perches some more. So that's all done. And while I thought the camera was on, I was ranting or I was giving praises to Rock Auto. We got new brake lines, front rotors, calipers underneath there. Good thing about Rock Auto, we bought 2 brake lines for the front. The box was damaged, the shipping box, and it's supposed to come with 2 copper washers to squeeze here. They were missing. Just 2 copper washers was missing, so I emailed Rock Auto and told them that it was shipping damage and everything. And they said they can either send us, we'll send the parts back and they'll send us a new one, or they'll just take some money off and we can try and source the part here. And I said, yeah, that's probably easy. Derek can probably even make them, the 2 copper washers. So then they asked us how much we would want a refund. I was surprised at that. So I just said, sure, $20 sounds good. So yeah, they said they okayed $20 US credit just for 2 copper washers. And then the next day we found out that we bought calipers, brand new calipers. They came with the washers. So we got a $20 credit on Rock Auto. Yeah, can't argue. Rock Auto is good in my book. We priced a lot of that stuff out to get in the city here, in Canada, and it was too much money. Even if you factor in shipping and everything and exchange rate, it was just way too much. Too much. And we're piecing together. This is the old piecing together some brake lines and figuring out that. Now we can get ready, clean that up, grease all up, and get it ready for some paint. We'll make you watch. Maybe I won't make you watch paint dry, but maybe I will. Okay, so more work on the rear end. Instead of painting, we actually took the rear calipers off. We didn't actually buy them because we took a quick measurement last week and they were practically brand new, well within spec. But Derek's gonna turn one. He's got one on the lathe right now, and we actually got the emergency brake lever moving, so that's good. We still have to unseize. The emergency brake was seized, but we'll do that side. Well, we still have to do that side. And Derek's got one rotor already set up. He's basically just started to do a cut just to take the rust off pretty much, but he's going to do basically a cut on this side, go around and do a cut on this side without taking it off the chuck, because then it'll be all in alignment. So we'll get him to fire this.
I broke my switch again.
Going very slow RPM because otherwise it'll vibrate and start warping and cutting, breaking tip, breaking the cutter. Remember, don't stick your finger there. Exciting. That's going to take, a good 20 minutes to go through that, so I'm not going to show you all that, but once he's done final cut on that, then we'll show you on that side. Alright, Derek's on to the second cut on the second side. This side came out very nice. A little ways to go still. We managed to take apart the e-brake and unseize it. I can't actually turn. There we go. You can don't have much pressure with my one hand, but it was seized in here. The cable is operable, so we're gonna see if we can use that. That's stuff stock from the I think it was 96 Jeep Cherokee. That's where the rear end came out of, and it is a limited slip. It's a 375 gear, something like that, round that. Can't remember the exact Jeep rear end number. A few more minutes and that'll be done. Okay, so that one's all done. Might just need to be centered too.
You wound that right back to nothing?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, she's tight on that. I fell right back to nothing.
Just, it probably just needs to be centered because it might be too tight, like because you're spigoting it on the.
Yeah, that's so. And this is open here. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I can go in with you tight. I'm right on it.
Slowly going in.
You've got it already on there. Yeah, it's just like the band too tight. And you've got that adjusted right to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That'll center itself. You can tell it'll center itself. Yeah, I'm pushing the bands in.
It's just that they're going crooked.
Is it? Well, we put on the chute on the right side. I don't know if that makes it different.
Yeah. Yep. I made sure.
Okay.
And there's a. They actually say up.
Should it? Shouldn't have to go. Because it's smaller if it tapered in this way a bit, so. Yeah. I'm going, so this is the opening, I'm going just right there and that's it.
Okay, we're just buttoning up the rear end. As you can see, we've painted it. It's painted aluminum. I know it's a little shiny, but I just like to have contrasting color to the frame. And you can see oil, if oil ever drips, leaks, you can see that. So that's all painted. It's all freshly bolted down. We've got brand new U-bolts, so it's all been welded. Everything, even the shock mounts are on. We did those. I think I showed you this. We flipped it underneath. Usually it sat on top, but it's been a couple days since we've worked on this, so that's why I can't remember what I did last time. We've got brand new calipers, rear calipers. Derek turned down the rotors. They were fine. Brake pads too, obviously. I did paint them. I always like to paint calipers because they just come with a shitty coating of oil and they'll rust in no time. And so I just took my time masking off all the rubber components, and now they look nice and they should stay a little cleaner. And I'm gonna anti-seize the bolts. There's one. And the calipers pretty much go on very simple. If you push those out, get the back in, and then this, I'm not sure if that's, we'll have to look if that goes there or if it bends down. Either way, we can bend that down. We'll check the pictures when we took it apart. Goes in easy. And this is great, like, that's why we annex these, because these, they always, like, I've had trouble with them, and I believe Derek's had trouble with them. Just makes them easier, especially if you, once the box is on here, if you have to change the brakes, it just makes it a lot easier. There we go. That's done. We got brand new lines, brake lines, but we're not going to put those on yet because we haven't. Still waiting for some parts, so we got brake parts so coming. So that's that side. There's the other one. Can't remember where I put. Oh, there's the bolts.
Yeah, you got the bolts there. Very easy to do.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do now with the box off, and then.
Yep.
And if you can't remember, always the bleed screw goes up on a caliper. So if you ever throw out your calipers before you replace them, you want to know what side they're.
I've done that before.
And I think some calipers have an R and an L for right and left, so that makes it easier too.
I got the ratchet.
And we even unseized the. I don't know if I'll be able to move. Oh, I can move it a little bit. Unseized the original e-brakes. So the cable, this whole cable mechanism is unseized. So we should be able to use that. Just hook a universal one up to it, to the whatever we use in the cab. So that's gonna work. It's basically just a little drum brake inside the rotor. So that's the e-brake for these things. Yeah, and I think Derek is finished welding up the front motor mounts too. Yeah, they're all welded, painted. Give it a quick spray. So those are all good. We're getting ready to put the motor in next time. And we have the brake master cylinder, clutch master cylinder came in. So we're gonna basically put the motor transmission in. We can figure out the tranny cross member at the same time, and also figure out where the master cylinder and the clutch master cylinder is going to go underneath the floor. They're going to be floor mounted. So yeah, I think that we're gonna call it a day on this one. So again, thanks for watching. Tell your friends, subscribe, and all that stuff. Comment. We try and get back to as many people as we can. So Oh, one last thing. I want to thank the guys from Coastal Auto Reaction. They sent us a nice Terraplane hubcap. It's a wall hanger, but that's cool. They sent us all the way from Vancouver Island, so that's pretty cool of them. I want to thank those guys. Wish them, well, it's already New Year's, but have a happy New Year's and all that crap. So thanks for watching. We'll next one, motor test fitting motor transmission.